Welcome to the stew, let's turn up the heat. If Deb's the host, bringing laughs to the street. Let's stir it up, bring the laughter now. Deb will dish and spill and how. Comedy stew, podcast. Deb will dish and how. We're all in the mix. Grab a seat and start this stew right now. Topics all over the Dabbleverse news. Buckle up, we've got great news. You know the stew's got a special taste. Don't miss out, there's no time to waste. Podcast, Deb will dish it how. We're all in the mix. Grab a seat and let's start this stew right now.
Turn it up.
So take a seat and let's unwind. Deb's on the mic, one of a kind. Every update and headline she'll dish. The stew will grant your every wish. Podcast, Deb will dish and how. We're all in the mix. Grab a seat, let Deb start this stew right now. Comedy stew now. Start this stew right now.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Deb's Sunday Brunch. We're back from a long hiatus. I got some great guests here today. My producer, DJ Electra. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing so good. Thanks for having me, Deb.
Oh, yes. Thank you. We did have a little bit of audio issues and some tech. This is the first time I'm using the EV Mux, so just bear with me. And Robert, long time no see.
Yeah, we should have known Deb would be late for her own show.
And
Not the Dabbleverse if you're on time.
Yeah. Bacon, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
How's are you vaping?
Yes.
Good.
Trying to quit smoking.
Good. I'm happy to see that. And our guest of honor today, Steve Grillo. How's it going?
Much better now that I'm talking to you.
Nice to meet you finally.
I know. It's been a half a minute.
Yeah. So anyway, Steve, what have you been up to lately?
I went down to the Plaza Hotel yesterday.
Okay.
I wanted to give one of my books to American Cupcake for helping me out with EV Mux and Super Tips because he went out of his way to help me out and get that shit set up. So I wanted to go down and finally meet him and also give him one of my books as a thank you.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you have any gossip? What were the goings on Hackmania?
It was nice to meet a lot of these people. They were very kind and very like, oh, let's take a picture. And I took a picture with everybody. And then I just wound up, I wanted to go and hang out with Kumia because I haven't seen him in a while. And he's just so nice to everybody. He took everybody's picture. He was like, everybody was coming up to him. He wasn't even bothered by any of it. There was a lot of people I met and I sort of, I knew that when they're looking at you, but they're analyzing everything that you're doing. Like, every word that comes out of your mouth and everything, you could just see them just trying to find something that they could use to go on somebody's show and, get famous for or something. But other than that, it was kind of cool. I went back later on and I sat with Anthony while he played blackjack. I'm not a gambler, but we had a lot of fun playing that. And then he brought me into the actual Hackmania where, everybody was inside.
Right.
And I got to watch them skewer Stuttering John. It was awfully brutal. Just having
no skin left
his
on his
face on a giant screen.
Yeah.
A 20-foot screen, and they're just analyzing every little piece of saliva that came out of his mouth.
There's a lot of that.
And I also heard they talked about $2 Dan.
I wasn't there for the whole thing. I just saw them really just. I was there for about 20 minutes. Because then the 20 minutes I was there was when Anthony finally popped up on the stage, and they talked about the lawsuit, and then they just basically whatever John was talking about on his show recently, they just picked it apart from word to word.
Did you see the costume contest?
No, I went home. Like I don't like to drink and drive, so when I got there early, I had my truck, and then I went back and brought my truck and took a shower and came back later.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Any gossip, any shenanigans?
Gossip? No, I just did. I wound up going. A friend of mine owns a club right there on Fairmont Street, and the Black Flag was playing last night. So I kind of, after I left the auditorium, I went over to Fremont Street, and I had a very good time with the Quad Father, by the way.
Oh God.
Oh, he's cool. Yeah, he's cool dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
He rolled all the way. Yo, that boy's got a turbocharged wheelchair, man.
I would have stuck a
He was
stick in the
he was
spoke.
wailing through Fremont Street like I'm standing there going, get out of the way. It was pretty fun. I had a good time with him last night.
Oh, that's cool. Rob, you're not a fan of the quad.
No. No.
Didn't
You
he-
can't go too far in this world without having someone hate somebody else,
Yeah.
even if they're in a wheelchair.
Rob, didn't he shit talk you about like recently?
Yeah, he was just on there making shoehorning in dumb dog jokes that aren't funny. I mean, it's one thing if you're funny, but I
Yeah.
don't find it
Yeah.
humorous at all.
Somebody made a dog joke. I don't know, one of the nights you were on, and it was actually like a good dog joke.
Yeah, Cardiff
Yeah.
got a couple good
Oh,
ones. in
Cardiff.
there.
Cardiff gets a couple good ones in there. Yeah. But so I kind of like wished I was there to meet the people, but most of the programming I didn't find really compelling. I would have liked the WATP Stuttering John stuff the best, and the costume contest.
Yeah, I had no interest in getting involved in all that, especially for. It's not like I don't have $175. I just don't. If I'm going to spend $175, it's going to be on something for me.
Right.
It was like
Now,
I
what's the
was
con-
okay with.
Was the contest just regular Halloween costumes, or were they dressing up as Dabbleverse?
Yeah, they were dressing up as Dabble versus one guy was dressed as what's that guy who's running for president? Joe C, I guess.
I think he won. I think he
Yeah,
won. It
and
was
then
Cupcake.
I think someone else was dressed as Ava.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
Rocco as
Rocco.
Ava was fantastic.
Yeah,
That
no.
was funny. I did see that. Yeah.
I did see pictures of that, so that was a good one. Yeah.
That Ava is
Yeah.
an evil person. Oh my god.
Pretty much.
Now you're learning. See, you're starting to learn the Dabbleverse.
Yeah, no. What if she's like a minion? She was on John. I didn't watch too much of what John had to say about me because I just don't like listening to John. But it was she's just there like it's sort of like if you watch Lord of the Rings, she's like Worm Tongue. You know, like that guy that was in the fucking king's ear. You know, like just like whispering all these bad things in his ear to get him fucking fired up.
I think
That's her new name, Worm Tongue.
Worm Tongue. You know what? I liked Ava because I considered Ava like a supervillain.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Ava-
Like the bad guy, kind of the bad guy.
Just
He
know
worked
that she
out.
wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire.
Yeah. But like I never know her motivations, with John. Like people are like, "Well, when's Dan going to turn?" I think Dan like is sincerely lapping it all up. But I think Ava's the one you got to watch. She's the wild card.
Dan looks like he's ready to swallow Stuttering John's load. He said.
Ouch.
Ow, ow,
Turned the
ow.
corner on him. I used to think it was all a work, but I think, like you said, it's all for the love of the troll. I think he loves being the bad guy.
Yeah, he's always opposite. And, whatever popular opinion is, or whatever shows are popular, it's like Dan has to
yeah.
totally shit on it and go the other way.
Well, before I went on a Point Dabble Point with Shuley and Carl, Dan was like, "Oh, I'm proud of you. You look great." And then now he's because Stuttering John's upset with me. He's saying that AA isn't real, and that I'm just a weak person, and anybody that has to go to rehab is weak, and that I
What?
disgust him. Yeah.
Well, that's
No,
ridiculous, and we
I-
all know that's ridiculous.
I admire you, Rob, because it takes a lot of strength to go to rehab.
That's
It's
what I
really
said.
easy to remain a fucked up drunk. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, me and Deb watched it yesterday, and pretty much everything he was saying, he should have been talking to John, because I actually went and got help. That's the
Maybe.
stronger thing to do than to, like you said, continue just to be a drunk and ruin relationships.
Yeah, well, maybe we should have a Dabbleverse intervention or something.
Yeah.
It's fear is what it comes down to. Because if he looks at you and admits that you're an alcoholic, he knows he's 10 times worse. So he can't admit that you're an were an alcoholic.
I think that's the problem. Yeah, because
He Rob, he looked at you as like, I'm not as bad as him. That's what it was. Like, he's never going to say, I'm an alcoholic. He's never going to realize that I only drink light beers,
Yeah.
8 or 12 beers a night, but they add up. And when you get older and you go into sort of liver failure, you get drunk on less than you did when you were younger.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Am I the only one whose screen keeps going off?
I think
I'm not
my screen's good. Can you see?
All right.
Okay.
It might be me. My screen keeps going completely black. I could hear you, but I can't see you. And then if I move the mouse, it comes back.
Right.
Anyway, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Also, I did, believe it or not, in February and March, I got respectively 2 super tips. So I'm gonna test them here. Let's see if they work.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't get Beer Jerry to help you.
Did you get rid of Beer Jerry? Everybody was telling you to ditch him.
I did not know what his MO in this world was, and when I obviously found out, I said, "Bro, don't come around me because I can't lose money because of your reputation." So,
Right. And no, you know what? I think it's better to have no association with Stuttering John and his associates. Like, I know one of his associates who's I like. He's very like Ditka. I know him, in chats and stuff, and he's always been very nice. But I mean, I think you need to be independent and have good people around you. Like, I have good people around me. Grillo, we have a mutual friend that helps us out. I have DJ Electra here, and she's been a great help. And of course, BaconBitz and Rob and everybody's been really great to help me out to get going. But
yeah. That's what good people do. They help each other out. It's real simple.
My mom used to say, surround yourself with people that can bring you up, not bring you down.
Word.
Exactly.
So, and I didn't always listen myself, in the real world with people, but it turned out to be pretty wise words. But Shane M., thank you for the $5 from February 12th. Is this the first Deb's super tip? Yes, it is. It is, and I'm going to frame it. And then here's another one. Let's see. From Pretty Antisocial, our friend Haley. And she made me this nice picture and says, so majestic. And that's a gorgeous picture. That should be on a shirt, That's very nice. Did you meet Haley? Grillo, did you meet Haley?
Which one would be Haley? I met her. There was only maybe like 5 women there, so we could narrow it down if I met her.
The redhead.
She's got long red hair.
Yes,
but not.
I did. This is bad. I did a show with Cupcake yesterday. I'm so sorry. I did the pineapple, and I think she was in the rafters watching because she looks like a comedian that I follow. On TikTok, that she's really like kind of animated, and she has almost the same face as her, and I thought it was her for a second. So, but I didn't get a chance to really talk to her.
Yeah, and she's really pretty, and there's another girl too that I never met. There's another one with really or she did have like intense red hair, and that was Sketty Tooth John. I think she got married at Hackmania.
Sketty Tooth John, I think we talked about it. He broke his tooth on a pistachio nut or a pine nut.
Pesto sauce.
Yeah, it's got pine nuts in it. They're the softest nuts you could possibly buy. You ever have an Italian cookie, the pine with the pine nuts in it? It's fucking. They're so soft. He probably chipped his tooth on a beer can.
The running theory was that he had undercooked pasta, but still, like, how weak are your teeth, to get broken on, chipped on pasta? That's like kind of crazy. Yeah. So, and I think we got a clip.
He doesn't brush his teeth much.
It was really nice. There was a couple, I guess, they met on the Dabbleverse. They got married yesterday. It was really cool.
Is this the first Dabbleverse wedding?
I think it might have been. Yeah, they were a really nice couple.
Was that Chip Galloway? I think his screen name is.
I'm not sure. I don't remember their nuts. They're nuts. I'm reading the fucking. God, the Freudian slip. No, I don't remember the names, but they were just a really happy, pleasant couple.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got it.
that's cool.
Look at this. I got another super tip. Did it come up? Up. Wait, hold on. Web source. There we go. Let
There
me
you
play
go.
it again. All right. We're learning here. Bear with us. Web source. Okay.
You know, I noticed too. It's like I know a lot of these people like this is their vacation. Like they took off of work and they came out here for the week just to be around all Hackamania people. It was sort of like a real nice bonding situation.
I think it's cool. People shit on it and complain, but it's a chance to meet the people that you either see on screen or interact with on a regular basis, and you hang out and have fun. And a lot of times, these beefs online, they fall apart once you meet somebody, right, Rob? We had beef going, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
met, and we were instant friends.
My name
And-
is Deb.
Hey, Rob, I'm wearing your favorite shirt today too.
What's
See
that?
it, Deb.
What is it?
Karmic.
Karmic.
Right in between the legs.
Oh yeah, he's like a hero now in the Shuli's Anonymous community because he said something bad about Shuli.
Oh, well, you were a hero to Chad because you said shit about Dan.
Oh,
So then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, the enemy of my enemy, or
yeah.
is my friend.
Once me and Chad, I don't think we've done a show together since Levy Land. He was on Levy Land. I don't
Yeah.
think I was ever on MLC with him. when
Yeah.
he was there.
Are you going to bring Levy Land back? I had heard somebody ask Levy that, and he said he would be into it for like a once a month thing.
Yeah, that's what he told me, but there was never any like follow up on it or anything like that.
What about Chris Abels? Would you bring him back?
I mean, that's what the Levy Land reunion. He said he was going to talk to Chris. Maybe that's why. Maybe Chris didn't want to do it. Chris still has me blocked from everything.
You could skip him then and just bring Nelson, Doug.
Yeah.
Doug, you, and Levy would be great. So,
I don't. Deb, did you guys hear the super tip play, or did it not do audio?
no, this one's a text one.
Oh, okay, so it says beef drippings, $3. What up, Rob? Mad respect. Good for you. Beef.
Thank
Beef
you,
tips.
Beef.
Yeah.
I know. I
Tips.
see these people in the chat saying, "Oh, he makes it his whole personality." And I only talk about it when people ask.
God.
Yeah.
I mean, people are just so jealous. You're just jealous because I look good. These monsters, some of these monsters in chat are just fucking hating.
And
Haters are gonna hate.
we got another one. This one's for Rob. Okay. It's an old friend of yours.
Okay.
So here we go.
Hey, Rob, congrats on sobriety. I'm sure it's totally going to stick this time. I'm enjoying mimosas right now because I can control myself. But you do you. Say hi to Shuli and Carl for me. $2, Dan. Out.
Hey, $2 Dan, say hi to your ugly mail-in order wife.
Oh Jesus!
Well, thank you, Dan. Thank you for that. That's the Dan voice that I added. So I'm going to add a couple more voices. I think I want to add Yuzi. So see
Yeah,
how
well-
that
Yuzi
comes
would be
out.
a great voice.
Yuzi would be a good one.
Hold
Maybe
up.
I'll add Rob Saul. Oh, they had a Rob Saul, but I'll add a real one.
Hey, Cat Diggler, I'm not talking about this chat. I'm just talking like randomly in different chats. But there's a couple
Cat
people.
diggler.
Yeah.
That's a reference to John calling you a cat diddler.
Oh yeah,
cat diggler.
Yeah, you like calling me a cat diggler.
Okay,
So I found
Bacon,
a
what
clip-
up?
I found
New
a
tag
clip
clip.
of I think this is Bedabbler dressed up as Ava. Do you want me to play it?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Want to see it?
That person was really funny.
yeah. Play that definitely.
All right. let
That's
me
Rocco,
play
I
it.
think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's two.
Oh, that's
Hello.
great.
Cigarette.
Producer gives me such a boost. We're on losing, John. You got him, John.
The laugh is perfect.
I know.
Oh, that's great.
Got him, John. Hackaman is so stupid. These are all those losers. Not those kids. He likes barbecue. He likes barbecue kids.
There's a video of.
Oh, I love that. Oh my God, that's great.
Amazing.
There's a video of that person harassing Anthony Cumia while he's playing blackjack.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know that Rocco, he is really he's like a talented guy. Like I used to just say the
He
puppet,
is.
but like he does that when I first saw that what was that, like 6-7 months ago, he started doing Little KB. I mean I was in tears laughing watching that.
I love. No, I love it,
Lost his
and
arms.
you know, I love Tukey and all the stuff he does. He does. He is really. I mean, everybody uses the word talented, but he's wonderful. He's fun to watch. He puts on a great show.
But he's good at impression. I mean that
He's great at impressions.
that Ava laugh, his KB
Yeah.
impression, they're like spot on.
They had some good stickers they were giving out last night.
Oh, nice.
The Hackmania, and then
I have
got these over here. I got on my laptop. There's a Garbage Pail Kid.
Okay, cool.
Freak Off, and yeah, they got. I'm like a 5-year-old. I love stickers.
Oh, I do too. I have this one from last year, Hackmania.
Yeah.
I saw it
and
too.
they're giving it away for free, so I was like, I'll take them.
Yeah, and I heard there's a person, Cardiff's Kids. She does paintings.
Yes.
So her paintings are so cool. I want to order one. I want to order one of Karmic.
Oh wow.
And put it on the wall. So I want to get
Have you
maybe.
seen these paintings? Where can we find them? I want to see.
I think NLO has shown them. He's made some shirts with some of the paintings, and
so
I'd like to actually reach out to her and order something, and have her. I'll pay for it and get it shipped out to me. Because I don't know when she'll be at the next event. So
Yeah, seriously, I would order one too.
maybe get some of the characters. You got to have a stuttering John, right?
Maybe we could get a
Oh
little
my God.
Debbie painting.
I don't think I'm at that level yet to deserve a painting, but
You would be surprised. There's beef tip stickers and going around at Hackmania right now. We shouldn't have them.
I have stickers too. Let me see.
As long as they're not the Dan World Order ones. Jesus.
Keep. All my stickers up here are falling off. Keep the Dan stuff because I sent that to you, Rob. So just use it anyway.
I
Keep
think
it.
I already threw that out, the Dan World Order stuff.
Are you serious? That's terrible. You can put a sticker over it. Okay, so I when I was going to call the channel Comedy Stew, I had stickers made. So I put the horse before the cart there. I mean, the cart before the horse.
So you're not gonna call it Comedy Stew. So I made
Well, I
that
got-
intro with Comedy Stew too.
No, you know what? Leave it because that was the name of the channel, and nobody could find the channel. So I shortened. I just made everything Deb LVP to kind of be universal and easier to find. Nobody could, for some reason, at Comedy Stew, nobody could find it. So I just made it Deb LVP. Super Tips is Deb LVP. Twitter is Deb LVP. My email is Deb LVP. Everything related.
That's good.
Now, I guess
Everything
what,
the
Rob?
same.
I have another super tip for you.
Oh, jeez.
This one's not that bad. It's a nice one. From my friend Mason in Portland. Thank you so much for the $5. Rob, happy you're sober now, but damn it, I miss spamming pills in chat and pissing you off. P.S. Deb is a bad bitch.
Oh, yeah, I'd always be drunk screaming at Mason in Portland. He was always trolling in chat.
I liked when they did pills,
Yeah.
and then they put dogs.
Yeah, pills and dogs. That'll
be the-
According to them, that's all I did was pop pills and fuck dogs.
You know what, Rob? If you ever write a book, call it Pills and Dogs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good idea.
That would be great. Get started on that right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grillo, I have to order your book too and give that a read.
Right
Definitely.
over here.
That was
I got a bunch of them.
Yeah, that was a good book. I read it the first time I met Grillo. Before I had him on, I ordered his book and read it so I could interview him about it. And it was
Do you sell them directly? Then I could give you the money.
I know that they're on Amazon. It helps if you go on Amazon. And,
Okay.
If you don't mind, leaving a review. I read the reviews yesterday. They're really good considering how many people want me to fail. A lot of people are honest. Of course, there's always like 4.5 stars, 5 stars, 4.5 stars, 1 star. It's like you can't win.
Do what WATP does. Tell them to say nasty stuff, but leave 5 stars. They'll all do it.
Yeah, no, even if they, I have consistent good reviews on there, and it's just me. It's my stories that I tell all the time at the bar, basically, and I just put them in a book. But it explains a lot about how I got to where I am right now, and just all the cool situations I've had getting here. I've worked in so many different amazing areas of this crazy world, and come on, the first blunt I ever smoked was with Tupac.
That's awesome. That's a great.
Insane.
Yeah.
I got drunk with George Clooney. I got high with Brad Pitt. I got these fucking crazy stories, and I just put them in a book.
No, that's awesome. I've never read John's book either, so I might.
I haven't read that either. You would think, well, but yeah, I wasn't reading when I was that fucked up. I mean,
Okay, props 4793. First Deb live stream. I really hope I'll fit in here. Yes, you will. Actually, this is my 8th live stream, but only a couple of them are on my channel because I used to use Dan's StreamYard. So they're like on Dan's channel, most of them.
yeah.
So
Well, this is the way to go, Deb. You're doing
so
great.
well, I like the EV Mux. It's a learning curve for sure, and mainly the problem I had was the audio. So thanks guys for helping me with that. With a mix minus, if you ever buy a Rodecaster or a Rodecaster Duo, put on the mix minus.
That's right.
And Cat
Now we know.
Diggler says Rob rules.
Thank you, Cat Diggler.
So
Cat Diggler.
Cat Diggler.
I forgot about that
new name.
bacon bits. You know, I defended him when he's a dog diddler. Say someone was calling me a cat diggler.
And Bacon, how you doing? I feel like we're ignoring you here down there.
Oh, I'm good. My dog's just acting up, so I'm trying to keep him quiet in the background, and I'm just listening, enjoying.
What
I
kind
know
of
these
dog?
guys got better stories than me. Golden Lab, just a mutt.
Can we
Oh,
see your
that's
dog?
awesome.
Can you show us your dog?
Yeah, show us your
that?
dog,
Can
man.
I pet
I
that
will.
dog?
What's that?
Here, you can see.
Yeah.
Always in my lap.
Oh,
that?
look at the puppy love.
You see
Oh,
him?
awesome.
There we are.
Puppy, puppy,
Oh,
he,
puppy,
knows,
puppy.
he knows what's going on.
Aw.
He's an attention hoe.
What's his name?
Max?
Max. Sit, boy.
You giving him the headphones?
He's trying to eat them now.
Yeah. I was talking to BaconBitz offline, and I said I love his couch because it brings back like childhood memories. And I asked him if it was that itchy. Remember, did you guys ever have like in the 80s or 90s the itchy like burlap sack kind of couch with the crazy pattern?
Yes.
Yes.
Totally.
So that like I can feel that couch from here. Seriously, that just brings back nostalgia.
It looks like a quilt.
It does look like a quilt.
That's a good question down there, Deb.
Which one? Let me see.
Werewolfy.
Okay.
Werewolf.
Oh,
This one right here? Oh, we both
we,
did hit it. at
we
the same
both hit
time.
that. Okay.
Oh, we did again. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Too many cooks in the kitchen here.
That's right. Electra, you want to read this one?
I would. Werewolf of Sicily. Ask Grillo about the time on Stern he spoiled the twist to Alien, Resurrection, and a Fox exec called in to ream him out.
Well, that's half true. I did ruin Alien Resurrection because I never watched the Alien movies, and I didn't realize in the first one that the big catch was that one guy was a robot. So when I watched this Alien movie, I didn't realize that Winona Ryder being a robot was the big catch. So when I didn't really like it, so I went on the air, and Howard, I got to see a screening like Thursday, and when I went on the air, I fucking said, and on top of the fact that it was so stupid that fucking the whole time Winona Ryder's a robot. So that ruined it for everybody. I still get people that are mad. There's a guy he's a congressman now in Staten Island. His name is Marino, Dan Marino, and it sounds like the quarterback, but he threw a party. He threw a fundraiser at the Friars Club, and I went to say thank you for inviting me, and he goes, you know, it took me years to stop hating your guts. You ruined Alien, but you ruined Aliens for me, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that. But I did not get reamed out by a Fox executive. I would remember that, and I probably would have wrote about it.
Yeah.
So you were on the Stern Show? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I was on there for about almost 8 years, a little more.
Were
than
you a
7.
caller or a staff member?
No, I was a 19-year-old kid out of high school that just happened to step in shit.
This is Howard's
And
personal
were you
potato
an intern
microwave.
then?
What's that? Yeah, he dedicated his second book to me.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Awesome.
So I was there every single day. I saved his life. If I didn't bring him in the back door that one day, there was a guy waiting in the front with a loaded shotgun.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Now, how did you get along with John back then? Were you guys pretty tight?
It wasn't easy. No, I looked up to him, and he just basically took advantage of me on a daily basis. So He was mean and argumentative and manipulative, and he made you feel. I always, and I've said this so many times, but it's so true. If you know anything about Mark Twain and Tom Sawyer, like he got everybody to whitewash his fence, which
Right,
the
right.
metaphor for making people do your job and making you feel grateful for doing their job, you know. And he would make me like he'd be like, go do this, because you owe me, or it was always something. Like literally, Gary would be like, "Will you stop?" Because I was like, I was kind of a serious kid. I was a little chip on my shoulder, and John just like broke me down on a daily basis. It was like fucked up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rob.
I'm
The
sorry.
first day I started, I almost got into a fist fight with him.
Oh, jeez.
Because I got there before him, right? And used to sit at Howard's desk and wait for Ronnie Munden's phone call. So I got there first, and I was like, I had my head down, sleeping, and it's okay. It's like my first day. We knew who we were. I worked in the office, but it was my first day officially as an intern for the show. And he comes and he stands like right here, and I kind of like pick my head up. He goes, "Get the fuck out of the chair now," and I go, "How about please?" I was like, "How about please?" He goes, "Get the fuck out of the chair now," and I was like, "Yo, you can say please." And he just stood there, and I stood up, nose to him. He goes, "You're lucky you're not a fucking intern. I'll rip the nose off your face."
Oh, wow.
That was my first fucking day.
Wow. So basically, once a shithead, always a shithead.
Yeah,
as a
well,
person.
if you look at that one picture that he just recently put up of him sitting in Howard's desk.
I saw that.
I took that picture because you want to know why I took that picture? That's what I had to deal with on a daily basis. He sat there with his feet up and did like pretty much that. And no one was allowed to, if Howard wasn't around, and no one was allowed to sit in that seat except for John. And who the fuck is that? Who are you? To take a fuck. But if as soon as John walked in the room, whoever was in that seat, whether it be me or Gans, you had to get up.
Electra,
Yes.
bring up for me his GoFundMe. I want to see what that's up to. He had
John's GoFundMe?
Yes, he had about $800, just under
Do you know what
800.
the link is?
I just put in on GoFundMe. I put John Melendez, and it comes
Yeah,
out.
and there's a direct link. It's helptheduke.com. Will take you to it.
Oh, God.
That's the other thing. Anybody that refers to themselves as another name, there's something wrong with that. Like, anybody who refers to himself in the third person has fucking some serious ego issues. And the Duke is technically him. He's calling himself. Like, he used to say, Johnny Mel doesn't do this and Johnny Mel doesn't do that. And everything's swell with Johnny Mel. When you're constantly referring to yourself in the third person, that's a red flag.
Also, the Duke dies in that movie, so.
The thing is too, like who gives himself their own nickname?
I know. It reminds me of that episode of Seinfeld where George is trying to get everybody to call him T-Bone.
Right.
It's that's one of my favorite episodes.
The Duke of the Dabbleverse. I mean, we would joke, Rob. We would joke you were the interim Duke when he went away, but I mean, we were just kidding.
Yeah. Don't say not according to Carl, but yeah.
Okay,
right.
so I found it.
All right, let's.
Let me bring it
Wait, don't bring it up yet. Take it. Let's guess. What do you think it's up to?
I'll say $8.95.
It's like The Price is Right. I should probably say like $8.96.
Higher, lower, higher. Okay, I'll bring it up.
I'll say it's like around about 800. Let's see. What does it say? Can't really read
Let me
it.
make it bigger. Hold on.
40.
940.
Holy shit! Whoa.
And also Carl, the one he's suing for a lawsuit he has against Carl and Shuley. Carl and Shuley have one, and that one's up to almost
Like 40 grand.
Yeah.
40 large. 40 large.
940 is not impressive to me at all.
Wait, wasn't he raising this money for his arm surgery?
Yes, and then he changed it to fight his lawsuit because he's going to have to appeal.
To fight the lawsuit that he initiated. Like he brought all this on upon himself.
It says they sold his voice without consent. Now he's fighting back. They didn't just talk about stuttering John Melendez. They used him. They sold access to his voice. They used his image to promote it. And they did it without his knowledge or consent.
Let's see. Let's see who the names are.
A lot of
We have
anonymous on
David
there.
Chernov, $5. 5 lodge.
This is like the wall of shame here. So
Anonymous, 107 lodge. Carol Berner, 100. Diane Conlon Harris, 50. Diane Knutson, 50. Those are pretty good sized donations. I mean,
Are there any funny names, like goof names or anything?
Paula Maynard, anonymous. Most people are not. Brian Ladd, no, nothing funny. Jennifer Rugen, David Chernov, Oily Trash Movies, Powell Winnick, Jerry Grant, Mark Figanis.
Yeah, you know what? Someone
Dan
made a point.
Mullen.
He's the one. He filled this tip cup. You know how if you're a musician and you're in a piano bar or something, the thing you should do is put out your tip cup and you put it like a $5, a 20. You know, you start it. You get them. You bait them to tip you. So Dan started the tip cup here.
So you see, that's Dan. $2 Dan is Dan Mullen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100 large.
See, I have a theory. I think a lot of these bigger ones, because there's a few for like 50 and up, I think they're either Vince the lawyer or Dan or a combination of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mind if I address one of the statements that somebody said?
Yeah, which one is it?
It was back and said that last week you were saying Stuttering John was like been nice to you. Well, he wasn't nice to me anymore. Okay, he said some awful fucking things about me that I didn't deserve. So it's not like the gloves are off. I'm not going to be like attacking him on a daily basis, but if there's a question of truth to what I have to say, you could. It's all that's in my book, and I didn't. There's no pictures of John in my book. There's a picture that it was me, Gary, and Ganji, and John at a K-Rock 5K run, and I airbrushed him out because he wasn't talking to me at the time, and I just really could see him suing me for some image thing, and so I airbrushed the picture out. I airbrushed the picture, and I limited my anything that I wrote about him in the book. I limited it to very just like the Spike Lee story where I got beat up by Spike Lee's bodyguards with him. Right. And I kept any real stories I spoke about. Everybody in the book I spoke about, but I didn't really focus on anything on him because I really thought he would just sue me.
Yeah.
So he's always been litigious?
Yeah.
And I'd like to address this. Newton Gle says you're kind of docking people. No, we're not putting two penises on each other docking. We're not docking anyone. Okay?
No, we're not doxing because it's a public site, and everybody in the Dabbleverse has been going there, and he's promoting it. Exactly. And there a lot of you can have an anonymous name. You can be anonymous, or you can have a screen name on there. If I wanted to send him $5 and say it's Shuley, I can put my name as Shuley.
Exactly. You can change your name on there. You can be anonymous. People put their names on there because they wanted them up there. So.
Right.
Docking allowed.
Right. Let's see. Now, BMC 30, I had this up before, said, you took that picture because you're an idiot, and for 30 plus years, you've been in an abusive relationship with John.
I took the picture because I'm an idiot. I took the picture because I knew I wanted to catch that moment in time of him being in that chair and so cocky, and that chair was like an awful fucking power play with him. He had to be in the chair. He had to be in Howard's chair when Howard wasn't there. And it was like, anybody, get up. He'd walk in the room, get up. So I wanted to take that picture so I remembered that when I told that story about him in the chair, that I had evidence of him there in that chair because no one else was allowed to be in that chair except for him.
Did y'all even get written permission to talk about the Duke on air today? That's an easy way to get slapped with a lawsuit.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Well,
public information.
Kumi is going out after him, so he's going to have to get a lawyer for that thing. I think Kumi's got enough money just to get a lawyer, just so he can make John pay for his lawyer.
Yeah.
Probably. You're probably right.
Because what are you going to get out of John, asset-wise?
Yeah.
Maybe he'd have to sell the house in Cape Coral.
The one in his mom's name? No.
Is it in his mom and his name, or just his mom's name?
He sold it to her for $10, I believe.
Oh, okay. I thought I had it wrong. I thought
you think he actually took the $10?
Probably. Yes.
It's
yes.
Sean. It's Sean.
He sold it for like a 6-pack of Busch Light.
Yeah.
Basically. But that's kind of like him selling the house is kind of like a tactic he's doing. So
that's what he did when Vince the lawyer was selling them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
To protect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone sent me a video of a drive-by they did by his house, and they shine right into his window, and it's a big, like a poster of him on the wall.
Do you have that? Do you have that video?
I do. Do you want
Oh,
to?
John
my God.
loves himself some John.
Yeah.
He's never happier than when he's watching clips of himself.
Yeah.
Right. I know.
I can't even watch my streams back, but he just loves watching himself.
Let's see.
Let me find it.
All right. While you're looking for that, I have another super tip from Ryan A. Thank you for the $3. Any news stories from Grillo about John as a landlord? Yeah, I heard those apartment stories and the toenail clippings in the rug. That's
So
disgusting.
It was gross. Here's what happened. You know, everybody, that apartment got passed down from person to person, and everybody that passed it down gave the same price of the apartment to that next person, like that was a gift. But instead, John tacked on extra money, so he made extra money off of us, and me and Ganji, and so he was making money off of us. So one day the fucking sink broke. So if you're the landlord, the Ganji called him up at 11 o'clock and said, "Get over here and fix the fucking sink. We're paying you extra money to be there." So and John was like, "Oh, it's fucking your thing. You gotta get your own fucking plumber." You know. So we did.
What now the apartment, like he didn't own the actual apartment, it was just something that
It went from the guy who wrote Easy Money, and then it went to Jackie, and then it went to John, and then it went to Ganji and me. And for me, it was my first apartment, so I was enamored with the place. I didn't care if the bathtub was in the kitchen and it was a 6th floor walk up. But I found it charming. It was just because it was just like an old apartment that and I was in good shape back then, so a 6th floor walk up was like nothing to me. So,
right, it was exercise and everything.
yeah,
You know what?
I recently went back to that apartment because I did I did a little series on all my stories from the book, and I went to the actual place. So I went back to the 65th Street apartment. Someone let me in. And I got to the 6th floor, and I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!"
Like that, it felt like probably like walking up the stairs to the Statue of Liberty by the time you got to the top of it.
I can post it. I have it somewhere on my phone, and I'll post that. We going back to the 65th Street apartment. I had so much fun up there, and it was. I didn't want to leave, but the thing is, I knew there were so many people that were when that was going down that knew what the laws were, and John wanted us to leave tomorrow, and everybody was like, "If you got mail there for more than a year, or whatever," they're like, "You don't have to leave." And all we were asking was, give us like a week or so, we can find another place. And he was like, "Get out now." So I was like, "No, I have rights as a person that's living there. I could have squatted or whatever. I wasn't."
Especially in New York. It's really hard to evict somebody in New York.
And California too. And you're not a squatter if you were paying rent there. You still have rights as a
and you have rights, believe it or not, even as a squatter. Now I'm in Florida now.
Yeah.
The one sheriff says, "Oh, if you get a squatter in your house, shoot them and make our jobs easier." Like Florida's completely different attitude.
I got that we had to go, but it wasn't like he was like, "Get out tomorrow." It was like, I got everything that I own in there, and I have to find. I have no place to put it. It was like, give us a little fucking chance, and it was just like, no. Wow. So, but I was like, I wound up having to get my parents to come in and sign a guarantor for an apartment because it was a nightmare. But I took care of it, and we got another place.
There you go.
Now, what was
that video? Do you want me to show that, Deb?
Oh yeah, throw that up. Yeah, sorry, I almost forgot about that.
All right, here we go.
I'm not a douche. No. I know I am good. And I know I am good. I'm not a douche.
So there's
God.
And there's his art. Look at there's the art, the love one. Oh my goodness. He actually hangs up his own art.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I think I accidentally recorded this while I had Rocco on in the background. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm not a douche. I am good. So fuck off.
I kind of like the Rocco in the background. It adds. It kind of works with the mix. But that's funny. That kindergarten art that he does.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's talk about another personality that Grillo worked with. Jackie the Joke Man Martling. He was the head writer for the Howard Stern Show. And back in the old days before the computers, Jackie would have to physically write the joke on a piece of paper and hand it over to Howard. So what happened is what he would do is if there was a celebrity interview in and one of his jokes about the celebrity got on air, he would save the paper and he would give it to Grillo and have Grillo run out and get the celebrity and try to get him to sign it. And Howard wasn't aware of this, and I guess somebody made him aware of this, and Howard lost his shit. And it's a great episode on the E! Show. So Grillo, what was that like? Was Howard really mad at you? Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah. Well, he knew that I would, I was an easy person to twist and turn over on the air, I thought I was just following orders from a lieutenant, and I was like, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it because I wasn't asking him for me. I was asking him for Jackie the Joke Man. He's the head writer.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, which is great because, Howard just went with it because Jackie, just basically threw me under the bus, instead of going, I told the kid to do it.
Right.
Get off his back. Jackie just hit there going, he. And which makes it even funnier, He just totally threw me under the bus, and I wrote about that. And Jackie's coming on in like a week or two. He's got something. He did a project with a friend of mine. It's called it's kind of funny. It's called the Cruciclock. It's basically a crucified. It's not Jesus, but it's supposed to be Jesus. And on the hour, it tells you like over 250 jokes. You can set it to a half an hour, and it's all Jackie jokes. So they're going to come on and promote that when it's ready.
Awesome.
Now, when you did that, Grillo, you would go out and have the celebrities. Was that uncomfortable for you? How did the celebrities react?
Yeah, well, because I would say it's for Jackie the Joke Man, the head writer.
Yeah.
So, like a lot of people are like, oh, really? Jackie wants me to sign? And then it was really Jackie's way of making these people know that he wrote that joke and it didn't come from Howard. And I knew that too, but I was like, when he told me, he goes, make sure you tell them it's from me. And so what I did, so most 9 out of 10, nobody ever gave a problem, but it was like, because I was like, it's from Jackie the Joke Man. He would like to know that this was a joke he wrote. We'd like you to sign it. And people were like, oh, he wrote that joke? Like they didn't know. And Jackie loved sticking it to Howard that way.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I had to take the beating for it, which is okay because that's what I do.
Coors, I like this name, Coors Lightyear 666. You're a good guy, Grillo. I wish you all the success the Dabbleverse has to offer.
Wow. Can I frame that? Someone said something nice about me on here?
Oh.
That's a first.
You're giving me hope. 666. Thank you.
And Miss Tay, our friend from Papa's Puzzle Factory and other places. Hey, Deb,
Hey there,
DJ,
Miss Tay.
and
Good to see
BaconBitz.
Aw, Miss Tay.
And Rob.
Grillo, do you plan on staying in the Dabbleverse? Do you want to be the Dabbleverse, or do you want to do a Stern show? And
no. And see, here's the deal. I've been doing this way before anybody else, and I'm not trying to brag about that. But I've had successful shows doing this. I was one of the first that had video. Everybody was doing it just audio, and then I was lucky enough to have a studio. My friend owned a studio, and I was sort of the guinea pig to his, he built out this whole podcast with all these great cameras all around, and he gave me an hour free a week with a producer and a director that he paid for, and that's when I had Artie on and like Steve Schipper and I had a lot of big guests, and I was doing this way before. I actually backed out of it because it got so saturated after COVID when everybody realized they could do a podcast in their toilet. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't. You don't have to apply to come into the Dabbleverse. You don't take a test to come into the Dabbleverse. I didn't say, can I be in the Dabbleverse? Just I'm doing my show like I've always done, and it's just now I got a group of people that I just focused on every word that comes out of my mouth, and I'm happy to be part of it. I appreciate all the people that come on and do everything, and I've got almost 600 or 700 new followers on YouTube in the past 2 or 3 weeks. So how am I going to complain about that?
Yeah, Grillo, I understand that 100% because when I got out of rehab I was out for a little bit and I decided to go live again. All I did was log on to YouTube and hit go live, and everybody's like, Rob, why did you return to the Dabbleverse? Should you be in the Dabbleverse out of recovery? And I'm like, I didn't come on and be like, hey, Dabbleverse, here I am. I just hit the live button on my.
It's called YouTube, not the Dabbleverse. You know what I'm saying?
Once you're in, it's really hard to.
It's
get
like
out.
the mob. You know, once you're sucked into it, it's hard. Or gang, you can't get out.
Well,
I'm just going to continue to be
you don't
me.
choose the Dabbleverse.
Dabbleverse. Yeah, Rob's right. You don't choose a Dabbleverse. The Dabbleverse chooses you.
Yeah.
Grillo,
for better or for worse.
Yeah, exactly. And Grillo, do you know who Joey C is?
Oh, he's the guy that's running for president, right?
Yeah. Would you consider running as his vice president?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Absolutely.
Well, what happened? What happened to Clearwater Chad?
He's out.
He got kicked off the.
He couldn't pass the health physical for it, probably.
He made Joey look bad by debating a puppet. So Joey's trying to be taken seriously.
I'll tell you something. I'm so fed up with politics these days. I will write Joey C in come next election.
I think he's going to get on the ballot. I want to see that happen. I mean, sometimes he pisses me off, but a lot of times I want to vote for that guy.
I do too. I love Joey C.
A real person.
I love him. He's a character.
Yeah, he's not a career politician. Thank
No,
God.
he's a career criminal. I'm only kidding.
Right.
I'm only kidding, Joey C.
You're not though.
Kind of true.
No, but he owns it. He owns up to it. He says he had a shady past and was on drugs and.
You can become president with a criminal record. I'm not big into politics, but I thought.
Look at Trump.
Trump is a convicted felon right now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
But that was after he became president, right?
No, it was.
No, it was in between. It was in between.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The two terms.
Yeah, I didn't think you could be if you were a felon. Because a lot of times, if you're a felon, you can't even vote, but you can become a.
It's the only level you could become. He can't become like a senator or anything because of his criminal record. But he can become president.
He can become a president. Yep. Okay. There's some loophole there that he can get through.
Oh, look at this panhandler, Panny. Deb protecting Grillo is wild. Long way from MPS, Deb.
How are you protecting me?
We're just having a chat with you, learning more about you, hearing some stories. Let me see. Joey Grillo, 2022. That's if you go back in time there. Let's see. Space
That's
Nerd.
Joke. Yeah.
I know. Space Nerd, you two can't be serious about Joey. Oh, I got to answer RFL. Yes, you know what? I did. I didn't go to the 8 o'clock. I went to the 10 o'clock. And then by the time I got home, it was a little after 12. And I was scrambling to get this to work. Despite my best efforts, I was like, certain things weren't working on it, and I had a tech issue with the audio, but my buddies over here helped me out with that. But yes, I made it. I thought about not going, but I wanted to stick it to Teamster Tim and actually do it.
Yeah, and Tom from MySpace, Trump isn't a convicted felon, for God's sake. Well, in May 2024, a New York jury found him guilty of 34 felony counts related to falsifying business records tied to hush money payments. He just wasn't sentenced, but he is a felon. So don't be confused about that. Sorry.
That's okay. And
Who has audio on in the background? Is that your BaconBitz?
That's Bakey, right? Or is that Rob? I see them on their
Not
phones.
me. No.
Oh, okay. Not me. I just... Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
I have
But,
another clip of Bedabbler. You want to see that one?
Yeah, I do.
It's a good one.
Piece of trash.
Here we go.
Recording that now.
Are you going to do it that way?
Yeah. Do you want to switch? What? Is it better if I recorded?
It's better.
Okay.
You ready?
I love it.
I like her dress. It's cute.
It's similar to a dress Ava actually owns with the stripes.
John, we got him! We got him, John! We got him, John!
That is fucking bananas.
Don't you compliment me, you
Let me say this.
You loser!
You're prettier. Oh my God. Fucking prettier.
I love Rocco.
Rocco's awesome.
Yeah.
I I told BaconBitz this. I think I told you, Bacon. I clipped her laugh. It was like really long, witchy kind of laugh. And I have it on a loop. And when Halloween comes, when I set up my display, I'm going to play it on a Bluetooth on a loop. But when the kids come around to trick or treat, just going to play it. If it doesn't just drive me nuts that it's going.
Now, do you think John will? You know, John goes to Reddit to get all his clips, and I've seen that on Reddit. Do you think John will play that on the show?
Oh,
yes. No. You know what? No, he won't. I don't know with John because he likes to sometimes
he would play clips to embarrass me. Like when it's about, if it embarrasses him, he won't. But if it embarrasses the co-host,
right? Because he's scummy like that. Yeah, he would. You're right, Rob. Absolutely. You know, he probably will play clips of Dan. Well, I don't know. Dan is top dog right now.
Well, he does like kind of like Grillo says. He's got this attitude, and then he did like this passive aggressive stuff. He would put up a negative super chat about me, something about me diddling or fucking dogs, and then he would just leave it up for like 20 minutes. So like anybody that clipped his show, that's all that was up on the screen.
Right?
Like, what the fuck? Take it down.
Yeah. And you don't know, is it like it's spiteful? Yeah, it's intentional.
He's always like, "Oh, I didn't realize," you know.
Well, it's like when he calls people. Remember, Rob, he called you on air and it played your whole phone number and your phone blew up. You had to change your number.
Yeah, and I had to borrow somebody's phone to change my number because I couldn't even use my phone because it just wouldn't stop ringing and messages coming through.
Right. Okay, and here we go. We have a statistic. Brett Hollywood Show. There are 681 short sleeve button up shirts on Earth. Ant owns 514 of them.
Tony two shirts.
Yes. Now, BaconBitz. One of the things I like about BaconBitz, BaconBitz is the Dabbleverse statistician because he keeps track when John comes on. I tried helping him, and I had to nope out a couple times. It's a lot of work. But he keeps track of what? Like the beers, the burps, the doing the snot on the arm.
All of his catchphrases.
His catchphrases. What we at, one day we were watching it together, and he was talking about Rob, and he's like, it was the one with Dog Diddler, you know, where he had to keep, that's another passive aggressive, saying he's like, I never called him a dog diddler. You know, just keep dropping dog diddler is passive aggressive.
Yeah. How many did you ever get the stats of that BaconBitz? How many times he said dog diddler in that show?
So it was a 3-hour, 20-minute show, so 200 minutes. And in 200 minutes, dog diddler was said 34 times. 3 of them were Dan, 13 of them were Ava.
All right. There you have it.
So I appreciate the work that you do, Bacon. And if I can get the patients up, I will try to help you with them. I was counting burps for him one day, but then I lost track. I think I was talking to Rob on the phone. I lost track of burps.
Did you count on that show?
Did you count how many times he said Rob Saul or Rob Saul was said?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll give you a little game. Do you think it's over or under 125 times?
I'm going to say under.
I'm going to say over. What do you think, Grillo?
If someone's going to make a statement like that, I have to say that it's probably over 125 times.
What about you, Electra?
I would go over too.
Okay.
Smart man. It's 136 times in 200 minutes. He said Rob or Rob Saul.
Holy shit. All right.
Wow.
He only talks about other people. You can tell who he's mad at. Like he says Keanu 31 times, Shitware 54 times. Like his whole show is just gripes. Who am I mad at today?
But at one point in someone's life, do you not realize that you're arguing with everybody?
Yeah.
Right.
All day, every day. Trying to push your narrative.
You know, Anthony said something that I've said in the past. Like I have tried to be sympathetic to him, and I said, you know, there were times I would say, "Oh, why? You know, everybody's picking on just one guy. Like that's like sucks, right? That all these shows are picking on one guy. I found them all entertaining as heck, but." When you want to, like Anthony said, I feel the same way. Just when you start to feel maybe a little sympathy and you question yourself, he just doubles down on something else he's going to do that's shit.
I knew this was inevitable with him, and I tried to just keep it at peace. But if I have someone on that has an opinion that doesn't agree with him, I'm gonna let them speak their mind, and
Right.
I shouldn't have to worry about repercussions, excuse me. I then all of a sudden the other night I get my phone's blowing up and I get the Grillo, you're dead to me thing, never again kind of.
No, I think it shouldn't get so petty. If your guy, people don't like, oh well, move on. You don't have to interact with them. Now, Jimmy I says Rocco killed OJ. Never forget. Rest in peace.
No, I'm not OJ. I get that a lot because I watch Sean and do this. People think I'm OJ without the filter.
I still think you're like Canadian Tommy Jordan.
Oh God, don't do that. That's rude.
It's too funny.
Well, you
Tommy
won.
Jordan's cool.
I love Tommy Jordan. He's cool. Yeah. He's a very earnest guy, but he's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I hear Tommy Jordan and I hear Try Hard. Now I'm gonna scream less.
I used to call him too. I used to call him once in a while Tommy Try Hard, but he does bring the content. He gave us a lot of behind the scenes videos that we were eager to see from Hackamania.
And the Ralph thing was funny.
Oh, I didn't really catch all the Ethan Ralph stuff. I have to see that. I did see the one when he was behind Ethan Ralph. Yeah. But now, Rob, if they hold DabbleCon in the greater New York, New Jersey area, will you go?
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, I'll go too. Definitely.
Oh, wow.
I see that Hackamania, that Husey posted a picture. I guess that's a popular new picture with Pat Dixon. He has Pat Dixon pretending to punch him in the jaw. And it says, "Hey, Pat Dixon, my jaw isn't a like button."
I like that. That's good. Yeah. Electra, would you be able to find that picture? We'll put that up.
Which one?
The one that Rob was saying. It was a Uzi on Twitter with Pat Dixon.
Yeah, it's got Pat Dixon pretending to pump him in the jaw. It's on Husey's account.
All right. Tojo will win you over eventually.
And he won me over, yeah.
Yeah, he did. And Peanut Butter, you're not completely wrong. He says, take that back. Tommy's an attention-seeking fuck-up. He does love attention. I will say that. He does. Yeah. But a lot of people in the Dabbleverse love attention. I mean, I guess we all do to a varying degree if we're on these shows.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a drunk, I even liked the negative attention.
Yeah. And BMC30 says, I like Tommy when he's not acting like a crazy person.
Okay, I found it.
Okay, cool.
Here it is. It's uploading. Un momento. Okay,
okie dokie.
Oh, there we go.
That's good. Is that the right one?
Yeah, right?
Okay, good.
I think it would have been better if he had Pat hold a newspaper under his arm when he did it.
Do you know Pat didn't have a newspaper? That's an urban myth. I'd asked Pat that one time when I was on his show about the newspaper because I said it all seemed very cinematic, like an old Western.
Yeah. I think that was just a joke Anthony Cumia made.
Okay. But people ran with it that he had a rolled up newspaper.
Yeah, I didn't think he really had a newspaper on his arm, but because that's just how he would come into Compound Media before a show. He always had a newspaper under his arm.
Yeah.
So Cumia made a joke.
I could picture him with the newspaper under his arm. But the Hackamania it did look like fun. I had a little FOMO. I said I didn't, but
I had major FOMO. Jeff.
I started thinking about it. I mean, I didn't have FOMO about going to Vegas, and I had other things going on, so I didn't have FOMO for the trip. I'm over Vegas, but I would have loved to have met a lot of these people. I've met a bunch of them, but I'd love to meet, in particular, Uzi, Rochi, Eckel, because when are you going to get to really see them? They live in Ireland and Great Britain. So when are they going to come to visit? They said they'll probably do I know Uzi said he might do DabbleCon. So that'd be great.
Nice.
Dude.
I met some kid from Ireland yesterday. I think his name was Seamus or something. He was really nice, tall, skinny kid.
Yeah.
Is that one of the people you're talking about?
No, no, it's Rochi. I don't know what Rochi's first name is. Eckel is named Luke. It's Eckel is Luke backwards, so it's Eckel Pine, and he was a pineapple. Like, you know how Cardiff's the potato. You had Eckel was the pineapple.
Oh, he was there?
Yeah, they all went.
Yeah, no, he's actually from England. The
Eckel,
pineapple. Yeah.
yeah, he lives in England.
He was really nice, very serious. He has a lot of really high tech equipment. They did the show from the hotel room, which was pretty impressive.
Oh, they did. Okay, I'll check that out.
I was on with Cupcake, and
yeah,
there was some other people there that were really nice too. I'm so sorry I forget people's names. I'm just
no, you met a lot of people. You know, you have to learn a lot of names. They only have to learn your name.
And they're all like, their screen names too. So, and everybody's got this weird screen name. I think it's cool.
They need name tags, and you put your chatter name on there.
Yeah.
Us non-famous people got to protect ourselves.
Yeah. I know. I so wish that I would have used his name but I started podcasting in 2008 before there was Dabbleverse and before I realized I was going to get people pulling up everything in my life and mailing me weird shit. But now I'm Rob Saul. There's no way I can turn back.
Right. But the thing is that with you, Rob, you can do your interviews too. I love your interviews. You've gotten the guys from Chicago on. You had what was it? The horror movie actress,
Lisa Wilcox.
Yes. And
yeah, I actually interviewed Grace Slick back in my CBS radio days.
Oh,
yeah,
nice! Wow, that's cool. Very cool. All right, I got a super tip. Look at this. Ryan A., thank you for the $3. What are Bacon's top 5 Red Hot Chili Peppers albums?
Oh, wow.
I only like Blood Sugar Sex Magic, really. Other than that, I'm not a
Come on.
huge
Californication is amazing from beginning to end.
Mother's
Love
Milk.
the old stuff.
Uplift Mofo Party Plan. Mother's Milk. The old shit's the best.
If you
Gotta
have to
go
ask,
back.
is my favorite.
Wow.
Bacon, what are some of your favorite bands?
I got an Insane Clown Posse tattoo, but don't listen to them much anymore.
You know what? I like that song. My brother used to listen to them. I didn't, but there used to be this one song that always made me laugh when they would go, "My kind of bitch has a hole in her neck and has to talk like this. I love you."
Their shit's pretty funny. And you know what, Bacon? Let's see the tattoo. Is it the Hatchet Man?
Let's see it, yeah. You get whiter? Oh my god.
It's because of my ring light.
I can see through his skin.
Hold on. Well, let's see it. Let's see it again.
All right, perfect.
We couldn't see it.
Grillo.
Over there.
Yeah, Grillo's head's in the way.
There we go. It's above Grillo.
Oh, cool.
Is that a nicotine patch?
No.
Why do you have a Band-Aid on it?
Let me ask you a question.
No Band-Aid.
Bacon.
There's a Band-Aid on it.
Yours a Band-Aid. Bacon, do you have a problem with the red? Because when I get tattooed with red ink, I had a really bad reaction.
Yeah. This one was a lot itchier, and it was way longer to heal because of the red.
Yeah, the red.
Wow.
On this one, if you can see it on my forearm, it's hard to get by the camera. But anyway, it says "Forever in Trouble," as I always am. But the red rose up and boiled up. It was fucking awful.
Same.
Oh my god, I did not know that.
The red
it's
is
like red dye that
There's something in the red that, like, if it's not put in properly and whatever, like I fought with this red for like months.
The red is a bad color if you can avoid it because it drops out too. It fades.
Oh,
John has red in his John has red in his Viking skull thing, and his tattoo looks like real faded out in general. But I think mainly too because he doesn't do aftercare. If he goes outside ever, he probably doesn't put sunscreen on it, and that's bad to do. That'll fade out the colors. But red's a really tough color. And if you add white, that's a tough color. Because I used to wonder, like with black people, right? I used to be like, well, why don't they just use a lot of white ink? It just doesn't take, regardless. You're only supposed to use a little bit, for sort of a highlight, but not a whole lot of it.
Do you have any tattoos, Deb?
I do.
Oh, wow. Everybody here has tattoos? Rob?
I have none. If I do get a tattoo, it'll be of Stevie Nicks' face. But as of now, no.
Will it be blowing cocaine up your ass?
Yeah.
I have 0 tattoos also.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No. It's rare. I think it's rarer to not have a tattoo.
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
to have
it
them
is.
Nowadays.
I have my whole back done.
Oh, really?
Do you have like one piece, or are they kind of random ones?
Uh-oh. It looks like a ship.
Oh, I can barely see. We couldn't see it.
Yeah, it's sort of a friend of ours died in a motorcycle accident, and my tattoo artist is one of my best friends, and we came back and we were really kind of in a funky, weird mood, and he just said, "Take your shirt off. I feel like working."
Oh, wow.
And he just started. So that's basically a tribute to our friend Jeff.
Yeah.
sorry
And
to hear about that.
BMC30 has a fact for us. A lot of red tattoo ink contains mercury or cadmium. That's not good.
She's one of the smartest ladies I know, so she says it.
She's real smart. You know what? There's a couple real smart people I see in the chats, and Sunflower Dragon and BMC30 are two of them.
Where were you, Sunflower?
Okay. Somebody was joking saying you had a picture of Steve-O. Steve-O has his own face on him, if you've ever seen that. Hey, Latanya, man, we need some stories.
Yeah, please give us the update on
I want to
the
know if she got
saga.
it on with Granny.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you get it on with Granny? We all need to know. We must know.
Last I heard, it was no, but that was last night.
Yeah. Granny, if you're not aware, Granny was paid. His whole trip was paid for, but he had to have sex with Latanya Vegas, who's a lovely trans person.
Well, what happens if he doesn't? Is this legally binding?
I think so. I think there's
Plus
a
$10,000.
contract. Verbal, at least. Verbal contract.
Verbal contract. I don't think Deadpool paid for the whole thing. I don't think he's going to go after Granny for the money.
Which one's Deadpool? Is he a host or a clipper or what is he?
He's a chatter.
Chatter. Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty generous to a lot of the shows, so he's a super chatter. He would give to like Chad sometimes.
Oh yeah, he was be on Brennan's, right? Yeah.
Brennan's, yeah. But he paid for the whole trip, and I think Latanya was pretty busy in Vegas. Let's just put it that way.
Oh wow. So
we definitely want some dirt from Latanya. We'll have to have her on one week and get that going.
Miss Tay says Granny better not have flaked.
Oh, I know.
Yep, and we have Ashley Cummings in chat. What's up,
Hi,
Ash?
Ashley. I love you. Do the Dave Sarah. He does that.
Oh.
Were you helping Ashley with her show? Was it yesterday or today, Electra?
Yesterday.
I love that intro that you made for her, that you sent me, that you showed me with the planets, and it's a perfect fit for her. So I have to check out Ashley's show. What's it called? I forget what it's called.
It's called What Is This World?
Okay, and that's with a fella named Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan. It was so much fun being on that show, and they've asked me to come back again, so I might be on it
Awesome.
another time.
Awesome. And what do they cover? Like it's not dabble,
different-
right?
No, not dabble at all. It's just different internet clips, things that are going viral on the internet, or just things that are in social media. It's really, really good stuff, though. They bring good content.
Yeah. Rob, would you be into, if Ashley does online yoga classes, would you be interested in doing that?
I told her I would try it out. But I mean, I go to the gym every day. I've never dabbled in yoga. Yeah.
Dabbled in yoga.
You
Yoga's
should
great.
Dabble in yoga. Yoga is great.
It really does. When I used to go to yoga, any anxiety and stress I brought in there, I felt so much lighter. And it keeps you flexible. The breath work is wonderful.
I hate.
Oh, yeah.
At rehab, that's what I hated the most. Whenever we try to meditate or anything like that, I was always just, my mind is always.
Oh, my mind was racing. I remember I went to this meditation thing and they did 20 minutes of silence, and all I could hear was like the clock on the wall. Tick, 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 tick. And then I could hear this guy breathe in and this guy like snorting, struggling to breathe. I was distracted.
My best tip is when you're trying to meditate or do yoga breathing, just focus on your breath and count the seconds that you're breathing in and the seconds you're breathing out, and just focus on that. and it kind of tunes everything else out. And the oxygen that's coming to your brain from all those deep breaths that you're taking, really, it does you so much good.
Yeah. I liked it, but I have such an active mind, racing all the time. I'm very easily distracted. So, and I would cheat. You're supposed to keep your eyes closed. I would want to open them, see how much time was left. I'd like look at the other people.
Yeah,
But-
that's why you just
Yeah.
bring yourself back to your breath and focus on that and count the seconds of your breathing. It really works, I swear. I fall asleep when I do yoga or meditate now. Sometimes I just pass
Yeah.
out because I'm so
They
relaxed.
have. I have a thing on the iPhone, the iWatch, that has a breath every few hours. It'll say take a moment to breathe, and it pulsates, and it for inhale, exhale, and it's kind of nice.
That is nice. Do you do it when it?
I do it
reminds
if
you?
it. A lot of times it'll go off when I'm in the middle of something or I'm driving, but I try to do it if I'm home and I'm not really doing anything else. It's sort of like it's just a minute to recharge and reset.
Yeah, and if you keep doing it, you'll get more used to it, and it won't become a chore anymore. It'll just be second nature.
It's a chore. It's a chore. I don't debate that it's beneficial, but it's really hard for me to concentrate on stuff like that. But they used to do that, and then you would walk in a circle. I kind of like the walking part of it more. It was more active. But then I'm walking around, and some of the people took their shoes off. I'm looking at their feet. Some of these people have these like mangy feet, and I'm like, what, dirty feet or whatever. I always kept my socks on for that. BaconBitz, you do anything like yoga, meditation?
With Werewolf, I did DDP yoga for a while.
Oh,
so
cool. That's helped
it.
a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that thing he did back in the day. He helped this guy from the army walk again. I was like, well, I think I could lose some weight if he could do that.
Yeah.
I had probably last year. I had Jake the Snake Roberts on the show, and I know that he kind of got back in shape with DDP yoga, got off of drugs and alcohol, and like really kind of turned his life around doing that.
So for people that don't know, DDP yoga is Diamond Dallas
Page.
yoga.
Yep.
Yeah. In sports
Yeah.
rehab.
Now, Bacon's a big wrestling fan. So if anybody wants to do a wrestling themed show, Bacon is your man.
Older stuff mostly. But
I like the older stuff. I'm
Me
not.
too. That's all. I don't watch wrestling now. Like my favorite. I have like a million Macho Man Randy Savage shirts.
Oh, that was the best.
Yeah.
I had Chris
Seems
Jericho
like
on once. That was kind of cool.
Oh,
that's
I love
cool.
Chris Jericho. I love
Yeah,
his-
he was
his
really
band,
nice.
too.
Yeah.
He was really nice, and he was like a brick shithouse, but he was kind of short. I was like, damn, man, those guys are big, but he was like one of the most talented people that ever went in the ring.
What do you think of Hulk Hogan? I kind of heard he was sort of a dick.
I never got a chance to meet him, unfortunately, but obviously we saw what happened with Bubba and shit. That's
Yeah.
fucking your friend's wife. Well, you get what you deserve.
Yeah, he fucked the wife, and then there was a website I used to follow called Gawker.
Yeah.
And they put the video up, and he went and sued. He won. Hulk Hogan won. He sued Gawker and basically put them out of business.
how
Yeah.
did he mess that up though? Like, think about it. You had a Hulk Hogan sex tape, and he had to go and say the N word, so nobody cared about the fact that we had Hulk having sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Um,
So Kevin Carbone says wrestling in 2026 is horrible, especially WWE. At least AEW is hardcore. What do you guys think about that?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't really follow it anymore. I'm not up on the newer people or the storylines. But like WWE is so corporate, and it's not compelling at all.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
was
pri-
over at Earl Skakel's chat the other day, and he had a couple AEW wrestlers typing in his chat, and they're
Wow.
gonna like do some kind of collaboration.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Electra, you've seen him at the Comedy Store?
I did. I went with Ashley Cummings to the Comedy Store, and we
Yeah.
saw Earl Skakel live. Yeah, it was great.
Nice. Did he give you a tour?
He did, and we got to go hang out backstage after the show, and so we were in the green room and drinking their water bottles and eating their snacks, and we got a couple pictures. It was really fun.
Oh, that's cool. Did you look for, I think, Kevin Brennan's pictures up there or his
I was
signature?
looking for everybody's signatures. I it was hard because there's so many up there on the walls.
Hold on a second. Alexa, stop. Keeps
Oh,
asking
'cause
me
you
if
said my name.
yes, yes,
Triggers. I
yes.
used to do that when I was doing my radio
Hold on a
show.
second.
It would trigger Alexa when I said my own name, or I said my Cash App. It would be like, oh,
Yeah.
well,
So I disconnected her. She's probably spying on me anyway.
Oh, yes, they are.
they really are.
You know,
It's crazy. A friend of mine had a baby, and I said, "What's it like? What's it was the first kid?" And he goes, "Well, we give a bath, and then we have about an hour of tummy time." I go, "The fuck is tummy time?" He goes, "Well, basically, I put the kid on my chest,
Right.
and we bond and breathe and stuff, and wow, okay, that's cool." And half an hour later, I started getting advertisements on my phone for tummy time toys.
No way.
I'd never heard that word before.
I never heard that word either.
Jeez.
And,
I got advertisements, Grillo. I don't think you follow like the steel toe stuff with Aaron Imholt, but he was in a what they call a polycule, which is like a 4-people thing. And there was a story that the one guy used something called a baldo. And I didn't know what a baldo was, and I was on the show with Dan. And we had Johnny Crutches on. That was that's Steel Toe's co-host, one of his co-hosts. And we were talking about the baldo. I'm telling you, to this day, I still get ads for that thing. Yeah. And when I go on Dabblers Anonymous to see what's up, like the latest gossip about John, sometimes I get ads for clothing for short men. So I think that, it seems like, because, yeah.
No, they're listening.
We have Deadpool in
Hey,
chat.
speak of the devil, we were talking about you, Deadpool. What do we have here? Morning, Deb, Alex, Bacon, Rob, and that new guy.
That's
Grillo. Grillo. And we were talking about Deadpool. We were talking about Latanya. If Granny and Latanya had fulfilled the contract. So we're interested in hearing the details on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
BaconBitz. We all want to know, actually. Did Granny please Latanya yet, Deadpool? We must know.
Right. I got a super tip, too. Let's see.
Oh, let's check that out.
What did he say about the baldo?
Oh, the baldo. It's like a medieval torture device.
It is. I don't get it, but I guess. Oh, let's see. Okay. Ryan A. Who does DJ Electra look like in real life? Hot? I have seen DJ Electra in real life. Not in person, but a photo. And she is hot.
I guess I'll have to bring up a picture.
You don't have to dox yourself or anything if you don't want.
Oh, no. I mean, me and Ashley went to the Comedy Store, and I'm totally fine showing it. I'll show me and Earl.
I got to ask Ashley about Hackamania because she went with Dave Sarah.
Oh, it didn't work that way. No,
let me take this.
She didn't go. Ashley didn't end up going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dave Sarah did go, but he actually was contacting me earlier. He's like, we're going to lunch. And I'm like, I didn't make it. Because I promised to do your show, so I'm not going to bail on my friend.
You know what? I'm very grateful for that. I appreciate it, but I totally would have understood if you wanted to go see those people at Hackamania. I think you would have had a good time.
They'll be next year. I can do it next year. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I promised you I would help you do a show, and I'm not going to bail on you for that. So, no way.
I appreciate that. You're great. You're the best. Grillo. She's a good one.
That's cool. You need good people like that.
Yeah. Always surround yourself with great people.
I try.
Until
I find out they're fucking doxers and I get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta watch out for them. But there are good people on the Dabbleverse. I mean,
there's more good than bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've met some really good people. You, Deb, Ashley, Earl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of good people. So
Oscar Electric,
man. Shout out to Oscar Electric. All right, look at that. Yes, that's a nice picture. It's so pretty.
Right there.
Look at those lovelies. She's got the same. Electra has the same hair as kind of like Haley that you may have met with the red hair.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
like
all
she.
red.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great picture. Wow.
Why did she have to have a horse on the hat?
Yes, she did have to have a horse on the hat.
Well,
And
we're not
Ashley
gonna.
is such a sweetheart. I gotta tell you, she wrote me a thank you card for picking her up at her place and driving us to the comedy store. And
Did you?
it's a cool, really cool card, really cool art on it, and I still have it. I have it on my fridge.
Do you? Did you sleep over with the dog on the floor like Mr. Kill?
I did not. I drove home.
Now, how far do you live from Ashley?
About an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not too far.
So you're lucky to go to those places. You can hang out probably with PK. He's out. I don't know how close you live to PK.
Yeah, I would love to meet up with Papa Kill, but I don't know if he's allowed to do that.
Right. Well, we're gonna have one day a meetup because Teamster Tim was gonna go out to Hackamania. I was gonna go out to Hackamania. Teamster Tim was gonna rent a car, and we were gonna drive out to LA. And I wanted to meet Ashley, yourself, PK.
I know. We really do need to have a meetup.
Yes, this is true, Werewolf. Hulk Hogan's lawsuit was funded by billionaire Peter Thiel, who wanted to destroy Gawker for outing him as both gay and using blood boys for transfusions to extend his life. Peter Thiel, it's either Thiel or Thiel, I don't know how you really say it, but is a bad dude. He owned PayPal, I believe. He was the founder of PayPal. He's an oligarch, and he owns Palantir. So you can dig into that stuff.
What the hell does this mean? Using both gay and using blood boys for transfusions to extend his life
Blood
with,
boys
like,
are young.
vampires.
Blood boys are young boys, and you take regular or young children, and you supposedly take transfusions of their blood. And the belief is that it'll make you younger,
No.
reverse aging,
That is
and
false.
you'll live forever.
That's false. I worked at a blood bank for years before I became a nurse, and that is false.
Right. It's probably some demonic ritual
You
that
want
they're
to get
doing.
stem cells? Stem cells might be a different story, but just regular blood, no. Ain't gonna do it.
What do you think of PRP, plasma-rich platelets?
Yeah, platelet-rich plasma.
Platelet-rich,
I've
yeah.
done those injections before for my back because I have a bad back after being a nurse and a patient fell on me. And it was very expensive. Insurance doesn't cover it, but I was pain-free for 6 months.
I was getting it for my back too, and I started with the cortisone shots, but they can only give you so many over time.
Right.
So I switched because this was basically stem cell therapy. They're putting your own plasma back into you for the healing process, and I loved it. I mean, I'm not crazy about getting the shot, but once you get it once, you're used to it. It's just that like
the
pressure
shots
going
hurt
in.
a little, but it's worth it to have, reduce your pain for months at a time. But of course, insurance won't cover it because they don't want to do anything that's going to fix you.
See, that's a bummer.
They just want you to keep taking medication day in and day out.
That's kind of a bummer. I did not know that because I wanted to get a referral to go to a spine and ortho. Like I have to go to a different one. Their practice moved. So I want a new spine and ortho, and I thought I could just put that on my insurance.
Why is everyone in the Dabbleverse falling apart?
We're all like old.
How old are you, BaconBitz? 27?
I'm 32, but I gotta get cortisone shots too. I've got constant pain every day too.
Okay, so try
it's a
living
Dabbleverse.
another 20 years and see how you feel.
Well, I had a fall, not a John drunken fall. It was a result of negligence at a business, and I got treatment. I got the surgery. It was like laser surgery. They do an ablation on the herniated disc, and that helped tremendously. And then I was getting these shots. So the PRP was amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing. I took a hard fall. I did not look anywhere bruised like John. So I think John, with the beers and everything, that thins your blood out. I think that's why.
Yeah, it definitely ages you.
Yeah.
Coors Lightyear 666 wants to know, DJ Electra, what about fecal matter transplants? Would you be into that? So yes, they do take poo and they put it into your butt and transplant it into your butt. If you have C. diff, which is an infection that causes awful diarrhea. Patients I've had have had it. And yeah, fecal transplants are really the only thing that will cure it. So yes, I would be into that if I had C. diff.
Is that why many gay men don't have that problem? Thank you. Here all week. Right of you. Hit the like
I don't
button.
know. Ask my dad, Grillo. Ask my dad. I should bring him on a show one time and we can ask him.
Is your dad gay?
Yeah, my dad came out.
I think you told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad
15
did too.
years ago. Yours did too, Rob?
Yeah, my dad was. I mean, he died at 47 of leukemia, but he was a gay man. When he
Oh
was,
wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Hello,
to hear
Frisco.
that, but not that he's gay. I'm sorry to hear that he passed away at 47. But yeah, my dad came out about 15 years ago. It was really shocking. Nobody expected it at all.
Yeah.
Did people expect it from your dad?
No, because my dad actually people like I have a lot of my dad's mannerisms and I look just like him, but nobody thought he was actually a little more masculine than I was, but but no, I suspected because I kept seeing like when I was a kid like a lot of fruity guys coming through the house that were effeminate.
Oh wow.
I kept having questions.
Yeah, I had suspicion. I had to say, I was a little suspicious when I caught him blowing a guy in the bathroom.
I'll tell you, Rob, if that wallpaper that your dad had up in the house you have didn't clue you in, I don't know what would.
No, when we bought the house, this was on here. It's just this one wall.
I like it though. I think it's cool.
like it.
I love it actually. I like it
love
better than the
wallpaper.
green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the green screen. I think I told him when I first came back. I got a real bad mushroom trip, and the green screen was bugging me out. And I took all the the frame of it, and then I threw it out the door. I was ripping it up. It was nuts. But
Did your neighbors see this thing going on?
no, I was like in the middle of the night.
Yeah. But I think we'll wrap it up here. We've had a nice chat. I don't want to keep you guys all Sunday, and I'm very grateful. Yeah, Frankfurt M. I can't imagine a guy more masculine than Rob. I'm chipping you.
That was cute.
Fuck yeah!
So let's go around the horn. Rob, where can they find you if they don't already know?
At Rob Saul Show on YouTube. I'll be live at 10:30 tonight. I'm usually live almost every night at 10:30.
Awesome, and I'm a regular on Rob Saul's show. I might become a weekly co-host. I'm looking for another gig.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
That'd be
So Mr. BaconBitz, I know where to find you, but where can they learn about you?
Channel same as my name here, where I do some John watch-alongs and other Dabbleverse stuff, and you can find me on the Beef Tip Show. Our schedule is very inconsistent, but follow us on Twitter and whatnot, and you'll find out.
Yes, and like I said, I love the stats, so that's pretty cool. It'd be cool if I don't know if you do this, Bacon, but like if it's not too much work, of course, have just on the screen a counter, and then update it on the screen, and the numbers will just change in real time.
It's tough at times because sometimes he'll do like when he drinks, he scolds and he drinks, and then he does an impression, but it's also a 20-year-old reference. So sometimes
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
doubles, But I maybe a scroll would work across the bottom.
Well, BaconBitz, what is the record so far since you've been counting when he does that dumb elephant thing?
Oh yeah.
Think about 14. That's one of my least favorite. Is the
I hate it. I'm going to come out and say I don't even dislike it. I fucking hate it.
See, I love it.
I hate it. I hate that and that trumpet or whatever and the baby. He once in a while will do the baby. Now he'll do all this. If he gets wind of this, he'll do all this shit now to piss us off. The elephant's the worst. It's the worst. I hate it. I hate it.
I put it in BaconBitz intro. Sorry if you hate it, Bacon.
Oh no, I love that it's in the intro.
No, it's fun as a joke because we all
Gets me
hate it so
fired
much.
up.
Does anybody know the maybe Grillo would know what the significance of that is, the history of that, the elephant thing he does with his
Well, I think it had to do. When people play like the trumpet and they have to I think he took trumpet lessons or something like that, and it's basically that's the noise you make when you blow into a trumpet, and that's how you get
that's
this
the one he
sound.
does with the super chats with his
When he
fingers.
gets $10.
Yeah, so I just think that it's something. I think because It might go back to be the fact that Baba Booey played the trumpet and he was horrible, and then John was like, "This is how you do it," and it sort of, you have that talent to be able to make that noise. I guess that's where he gets it from, the trumpet.
Right.
Okay.
What about the
Are you
elephant,
still in
though?
touch with Artie?
Well,
at all?
that noise coincides with the trumpet
Okay.
thing. And,
Yeah. I think that's his, his elephant sometimes is his, fuck you.
yeah, it's just a noise that he can make with his mouth.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm gonna have to agree with Reverend Fug Lee if you want to put it up. He says that the worst, even worse of that, is the thank you, crackhead Bob. He does.
Oh, I hate. Oh no, you know what one I hate too? The one. Come here. Thanks, Dad. That's the. I hate that one too. I think I hate. Yes, I hate crackhead Bob. I hate thanks, Dad, and
hate
all the
greatest
noises.
hits.
What was that?
He said you hate all the greatest hits.
I do.
She's a
Red
hater.
Bar is watching. 444. I
Deb
miss
the
Red Bar.
hater. Deb the hater.
She's a
Just
hater.
kidding. We love
She's
her.
a hater. Dan, your co-host. She's a hater. You need to put her in line. Frankfurt M, is Haley the same person as Lucy, lady with the tattoos, with bad tattoos? No. Lucy is Kaylee, and Haley is Haley. So Haley is pretty antisocial podcast. She does a really good show, and she was covering a lot of steel toe. That's kind of how she got known. And now she covers really just a bunch of interesting things, not always dabble. So check her out.
Right.
Pretty antisocial. And Lucy, Kaylee, has her own channel, and she watches movies and stuff and does dabble. She does a show called Lucy Does Dabbles or
And
Dabbleverse.
I believe she is a legal.
She's a paralegal, I believe.
Paralegal, yes.
Yeah.
And so she does a lot of shows about the John lawsuit and
Yeah.
other.
And
legal stuff in the
she's
Dabbleverse.
pretty smart, so she knows her stuff.
Smart, yeah.
Does she do anything with Luigi?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do a show every other Monday or the first Monday of the month, I believe.
Okay.
They do a great show. I cannot think of the name right now. Fuck my life, but it's a good show. So watch it with Kaylee and Luigi and Trucker Andy.
Oh, Trucker Andy's cool. Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
good people. Yeah, I like
Really good.
everybody in that. Dookie Award caliber women, all of you. That's all of them and all of you.
too.
The Dookies.
Rob lost the Dookie. I was disappointed for
lost my
most
Dookie.
missed.
Yeah. Now I'm sure he's happy he went with that decision.
Yeah,
Hey, Dabbler.
yeah. Let's see. We have any more in the people's chat to read? Let's see anything, and I'll wrap it up. Grillo, you've been great. Okay, I'm appreciative of you coming on today. Sorry we started a little late. Had a couple hiccups. I think we got the hang of it now.
I believe me, I've been in your shoes way too many times.
Oh, I know. You know, I was asked to help you with EV Mux. I said, I'm still learning it too. You know.
I'd like to go back to StreamYard, to be honest with you.
No, I do like this though because of the flexibility of it.
Yeah.
It's
Mux
just-
is far superior. It really
It's
is.
basically OBS that's more user friendly. And if you want the super tips, this is the way to go. And I recommend super tips also. Supertip.gg. Sign up for that if you're not monetized, especially.
I
gets-
do have them, but I also just qualified for super chats as well. So
All right.
Congratulations.
All
thank
right.
you.
Let's
oh,
find
it's being processed. I just have like one
Yeah.
more thing to do. And the thing is, I was monetized before, when I was actually doing my show, like before I just took a break. And but now the person who was my old producer, his name is still on it, so we're just working on getting his name off it. But I'm there to qualify. I just got to get approved. That's it.
Okay. Well, good for you, Grillo. That's great. And for the people that don't already know, where can we find you?
At Grillo's Aftershock XL on YouTube, at Steve Gorilla on X, and Grillo Vader, as in Darth Vader, on Instagram. And my book, Gorilla Parts, is available on Amazon and Audible. You can listen to my voice for 4.5 hours.
Awesome. That's great. I am going to order your book, and if I see you at DabbleCon, I'll have you sign it.
100%.
So definitely want to see you at DabbleCon. And Looking forward to
thing,
reading.
Grillo?
Looking forward to reading the book too. I can't do audiobooks because I get distracted. Again, that's that ADD kind of thing. I start to daydream and drift off, and I miss the whole point.
You gotta
So
rewind. I've never done that before, but my buddy Vic Legina, who wrote a book, he was a porn producer director for many years, and I'm gonna try his Audible because again, if I'm not on a plane or a bus, I can't read at home. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
I
if
can-
I'm going somewhere, I can read.
yeah. Reading's good. Like I love reading. And I read too much on the phone anymore, so I want to get away from that. And I have a lot of good books I want to read. I think your book will be the next book I read. The last book I read was Anthony's book, so I'll read your book. I'll even read John's book. And that, speaking of that, they want to know. Jack Graham and a couple others want to know. Ask Grillo if John was a writer on Howard Stern.
Well, we were all kind of writers in some way or some shape or form. It just we weren't paid for it. Like, but we write bits and stuff like that. You consider a writer, you writing shit as you go along and inputting different things into the studio, notes and shit like that. So we all kind of like were in some sense a writer or like a creator behind the scenes. We all did different, but it was never. You always had to worry about I used to write bits all the time, but I was too afraid to submit them because I didn't. If they weren't funny, then I just get my ass reamed out on the air and embarrassed. So I still have bits that I wrote in my notebooks from college that I'd be in college writing books. I wrote a bit about it was Tom Chiusano was like a robot. I did it was like Robo Tom, and it was like a whole RoboCop kind of bit that might be funny as hell. I just never had the guts to submit it.
Have you done stand-up?
Yeah, I don't like it. Like, I'm not a fan. I could be in front of with a microphone in my hand in front of 10,000 people, and I could host something or be an MC. But I did stand up, and it was an open mic night, and you go to open mic nights, and I'm looking around, and everybody in the audience is another comedian writing down their set, and then I'm paying attention to yours. And I know too many people that are comedians, and they're just miserable. It's a tough business. You got to scrap and fight and go on sets. You got to run around and go to different comedy clubs and do the open mics, and then you got to do this and that. I saw people that have been doing it for 25 years, and they're still just going from club to club. Nothing really coming of it.
Like I think about that, like with Gino, right? I've seen Gino's comedy. I saw Comedians of the Compound, and it was decent. But I think about with Gino, and even Keanu, like they have to run around and do this show and do that show. And Ray DeVito, right? He'll drive for $50, from Ohio, from Ohio to New York, and wherever they have him. And it's a tough life. You've got to really, really love it to keep it going. I've found that open mics, usually the crowds are supportive because they know you're just learning or you're trying out new material. And a lot of the people in the room are just the other open micers. So they kind of typically support one another. So I think open mics is a good way to get your feet wet. I guess open mics like in New York or maybe the Comedy Store, you're going to get more outside people that might try to heckle you. But open mics, like I said, open mics have always been pretty supportive from what I've seen.
Yeah, well, I did it once. Oh no, I hope not.
Flat broke. He's always looking so damn crummy. Flat broke Chino. Ain't nobody thinks he's funny. He can't move out of the projects cause Gino is flat broke.
The Gino news of the week.
You know what?
Gino's a good guy. He actually helped me. I did a roast with Stuttering John and Casey and Jackie out in Long Island. This guy hired us to come out and do a roast. I never did it before. And Gino actually, this is maybe 6-7 years ago. Gino sat with me and helped me do get my jokes into a roast thing because I didn't understand what the hell I was doing.
Right. Yeah, Gino's a nice guy.
I hope he's not flat broke. That's horrible.
That's the running joke, and that's a Red Bar fan had made that song. Red Bar used that song, and DJ Electra was kind enough. I wanted a flat broke Gino interstitial that we finally got to use.
Finally,
Because I don't really bring Gino up, but I sent that. I sent that to Keanu actually yesterday.
Did you really?
I did because I was looking for the assets to put in here, and I sent it to her, and she was laughing. She got a kick out of it. She said, "Oh, poor sad Gino."
I love it.
But I guess I'll wrap it up here. Rob dipped, and I'm ready to dip, and you guys are probably ready to get on with your day. And so, DJ Electra, where can I find you?
I'll be quick. DJElectrafry.com, and my YouTube channel is at DJ Electrafry.
All right. And you guys know where to find me, apparently, at DebLVP on all platforms, Twitter, YouTube, and Super Chat. Super Tip. And I do thank everybody for the super tips today. I was surprised to actually get some, and that was a lot of fun. So I'm very appreciative. And I'm either going to be on next week with another panel. And Steve, you're always welcome anytime you want to come back on to share stories.
Yeah, just ask. If I'm not doing anything, I have no problem with that. This week, I got some people that I haven't nailed them down yet, but I'm going to probably have Johnny Brennan from the Jerky Boys on.
Oh, cool.
And
Okay.
Steve Shripper from Blue Bloods and the Sopranos.
Oh, I love him.
And,
yes, that's good. That's
yeah.
yeah.
He's really good to me, and he's got a book coming out, so I think he might be in promotion mode, which is good. He sort of helped me out when I moved to Vegas because he used to be a big Vegas guy. Right. And I'm going to try to get DMC on this week.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
So that's going on this week.
Nice. Well, we had a great show today. It was a rough start. So if I seemed out of sorts, I was juggling a bunch of stuff and like, oh my God, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. Deb, want to come on Beef Tips? Absolutely. Yeah, maybe not today. I got some stuff to do around here. My day was, like I said, I did make it to church, even though I was up late with Papa Kill and hitting the wine a little bit that night. I like to be real loosey-goosey. That's a totally different Deb on Papa Kill.
Well done. You made it to church.
I made it to church. The stream actually ran. We had actually good numbers. At one point we had 87 people. I was happy when we came on and it said, when Bacon, 10. I asked them how 10. I was like, oh, cool, 10. That's great. But I thank you all, and we'll see you either next week or the week after. I don't know yet if I'm doing it every week or every other week. So
thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're quite welcome. We loved it. Thank you so much. I'm going to order your book. I'll have more questions for you then.
I want to read it too, Grillo. Nice to
meet you. I'm going to order it tonight.
Everybody said it. I said I was going to give it one chapter, and then I said all of a sudden I was 3 chapters in.
Yeah, I'm real interested. I was not as big a Stern person. I didn't get into shock jocks to Opie and Anthony, so I'm big on Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, no, you got to understand. It's not just about Stern. It's about my childhood growing up in Irish family. And then my career with my high school wrestling, getting into college with wrestling, and then being on the Stern Show. But then also that Scores is another, me almost getting put in the trunk by a fucking mobster, all the celebrities that I partied with. So there's a lot of other interesting things. It's not just a Howard Stern book. It's like I have crazy fucking stories.
That makes it even better. So I'm excited.
I have so many people just said, dude, those are great stories. Why don't you write a book? And I heard that for 25 years. And I basically wrote the book to shut fucking people up about writing a book.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get the audiobook because I don't really listen to audiobooks, but I kind of want to listen to yours. So.
DJ Electra, you will find a plethora of fun clips to pull off my audiobook.
Okay, good.
Because it was not easy, but I got through it. It took 18 hours.
Oh my God.
So there was a lot of moments where, because you have to be exact, you can't improvise because Audible will reject it. So there were really hard things that I wrote that I had to say and I couldn't get it right. So you had to keep going back. So at some points I just said, I don't give a fuck, leave it. These people know I'm not perfect. So
yeah, it's a labor of love, but you did it.
Did you do the audio for the book? You were in a recording studio, right?
Yeah. I had some good people backing me up with this book. And my buddy Roy McDonald set it up and he directed me, thank God, because I thought it was just going to be easy. and it wasn't. It was really hard.
Yeah.
Voiceovers are not easy.
You will DJ Electra, if you get the Audible, you should have a pen and paper so you know exactly when you want to pull the clip.
Okay, I will do. I'll write timestamps of it. Thank you.
Yeah, and then we could do a show and you could play them. It'll be fun.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I might get the Audible book too, Electra, and I can find clips maybe for the sound pad. I have a bunch of
It is a
clips.
gold mine of entertainment, trust me.
And you won't sue us?
No.
All right.
I've been promoting my Audible. Why would I sue you?
I know that would be a John move, though. We know that. So
Well, that's why
Tell
it's
us
not
the
in my
name of your
book.
book one more time. What's the name of your book?
Gorilla Parts.
Gorilla Parts, you
And
guys.
see, look, there's a handsome picture of me on the back. And there's
Look at
a lot
that,
of cool
yeah.
pictures in here. Like I got my picture with John Stamos in here. Or is it? It's a little dark. I gotta go. There's me and John at his house. That's me on the.
Nice.
That's me on the table at Sons of Anarchy. I was in Jack's thing. I got a picture with MC Search. There's my.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, I love it.
And that's the pizzeria I had. That's
Yeah.
my buddy. And then there's me and Artie and Tim Sabian.
Oh,
They're
wow.
really. And there's me on everybody on The Sopranos. There's Edie Falco and Jamie Lynn Singler, Robert Eiler.
Oh, I love Edie Falco.
She's good. There's me. Oh, there's the picture of me. That's the picture of me and Mark Hamill. And that's the picture.
cool.
John was airbrushed out.
I know you told that story, but we'll save the rest of the pictures for another day. And you want to intrigue them to order it so they can look at the pictures. And Werewolf of Sicily, thank you so much. I also enjoyed being on with you last night on Papa Kill, and it was a good show, Deb. You pulled it together nicely, and I think we'll leave on that note.
And I have
See
the
you.
outro
See
ready
you next
for
time. Bye, Bacon.
Bye.